I wake up again, but it feel like I'm dead. I don't understand how you could feel this way. I don't wanna move, so now I'm in my head, and I'm not sure if I'll see another day. Won't be long before I'm leaving it. I don't want you near. Don't you call, try to be sincere, but it was too severe. My eyes are tired eyes, they keep staring in the mirror while I'm not up. My eyes are tired eyes, they keep staring in the mirror while I'm not up.
Watch it always at midnight when my brain wanna start these fist fights. Spent 6 days on this tour bus, I ain't catching rest, so this tour is up. I don't know what I'm famous for, we hurt and lost and it's obvious. I don't know who I'm playing for, cause I don't see your face in this audience. But soon someday I'ma take off big, and it won't be you that I take off with. Saw your story at Braden's house, it's embarrassing what you post about. How my heart used to turn me on, walk around with my jersey on. I don't know what changed or if I changed first, all I know you're not who you were.
Staring in the mirror while I'm not up. My eyes are tired eyes, they keep staring in the mirror while I'm not up.
Stay up for the movie, I don't wanna miss this scene. Only fall asleep by you, would've never missed a beat if I knew. But soon someday I'ma take off big, and it won't be you that I take off with. Saw your story at Braden's house, it's embarrassing what you post about. How my heart used to turn me on, walk around with my jersey on. I don't know what changed or if I changed first, all I know you're not who you were. My eyes are tired eyes, they keep staring in the mirror while I'm not up. My eyes are tired eyes, they keep staring in the mirror while I'm not up.
This is not a fairy tale. Lord knows that we've been through shit. Took a little growing up for me to think about it like this. I know that I'm wrong sometimes, I know that I made mistakes. Went and wrote a bunch of songs about you, but maybe it was me who changed. I let myself down, I ain't proud of that. Lost my way for a while now. Now I'm coming back, and you know what I know. We better this way. Through all the hard times, no, we'll be okay. And this emotion in all that I do.
All right, guys.
Light in the dark times,
Welcome.
You helping me through with every day that I spend.
We're about to get this party started.
Can honestly say that I'm better with you. I'm better with you.
What's up, Jay, man? Good to see you, my dude.
Better with you.
I'm gonna let this song finish out. I'm gonna roll with it. Oh yeah. Anyways.
This is not a fairy tale. Lord knows that we've been through shit. Have a lot of regrets, but there's still a lot of things I miss. I've done you wrong in the past, blamed it all on you. Went and wrote about it in your rap songs. Well, you had every right to. I guess love is learning every day. We both far from perfect, but I'm here to stay, cause you know what I know. We better this way. Through all the hard times, no, we'll be okay. And this emotion in all that I do.
Alright.
In the dark times, you helping me
Damn.
through.
Yep,
With
yep.
every day that I
Get it.
spend with you. Can honestly say that I'm better with you.
All right. 'Cause What's going on, guys? So, it's been an interesting last day or so. What is everybody up to? It's good to see you all. I see we got 5 views. Anyways, man, it's been an interesting time. Things sort of blew up in my community. And we're going to address that briefly, and then we're going to move the fuck on. Okay, that's beautiful. All right, guys. My name, of course, is Alex, and this is the Cardboard Castle. Guess what? So, I want to talk about what happened last night. Friday. It is what it is. I'm not really tired. I'm just calm and in a good place. It's been interesting. After what happened the other day, I wanted to sort of address what's going on in the community and what's going on here. And sort of talk about what the steps forward are. Guys, I really pride myself in trying to create an environment where people feel that they can talk about difficult subjects and not be attacked, othered, or made to feel like they can't express their opinions. Disagreement is okay. What's not okay is to tell people, because of the nature of their genitalia or the color of their skin, that their opinion is meaningless or means less. It's not okay. That's racist and sexist. And it's not tolerated in my community from anyone. Now, when people consistently derive from a subject something that's not even being discussed and start to attack people over it, that also can't be permitted. And I love each and every one of you, and I want to make that clear. You are all very important to me. All of you. And as much as I love the people in my community, and some of the people that I had to deal with this on were core viewers of mine, people who have been here day in and day out, on time, on point, making it happen, right? Those people are not immune to these rules, okay? We in America have a problem today, and not just America, but multiple places, where people don't feel safe to have difficult discussions. And I wanted to make the Cardboard Castle a place where people could come and do that without being attacked, where people can find a supportive and loving community that talks and processes through and can agree to disagree even on the most difficult subjects. And unfortunately, I may have overestimated some people. And it was so confusing to me that I actually talked through it with my therapist and what was going on. And I'm going to, they reviewed it and we had a long discussion about it. And we're going to basically talk about the conclusions from that conversation. We're not going to name this therapist because they didn't ask to be a part of this. Okay? Well, we're going to talk about some of their conclusions. And I'm going to quote them. All right? So, his response was that it seems people were just not emotionally able to deal with the conversation and needed someone to focus the blame on for what they were feeling. In reviewing it, he said, "You did nothing wrong. It's just you don't let your emotions override your logic, and they seem to not be listening in what I've seen, which is an issue right now because the emotional narrative seems to be overriding the facts, and you were correct on that." But because people are emotionally driven creatures, they tend to not listen to the words, but what they want to interpret from them, and then attribute those items to the person they're discussing with. You clearly stated multiple times, your opinion does not matter. And though you're against abortion, that's not what you're talking about. The thing you were talking about is that, in fact, and that it is a fact, that abortion is not banned and will never be banned, even with this being overturned. And that the hyperbole being used to drive people forward and push people towards violence is absolutely wrong. For some reason, the audience still kept feeling the need to attack your personal beliefs instead of focusing on the actual topic in what seems to be an emotional response to someone disagreeing with them and not backing down on something that they are hyper emotional about, and shows a lack of emotional intelligence. And because you are logically driven instead of emotionally driven, it can become frustrating because you'll reiterate your point until they logically disprove it instead of taking their emotional needs into account or context, which can be seen as a strength and also a weakness. Guys, I'm not the most emotional person, but I also think that the problem is that we've allowed ourselves to be driven too much by emotions in today's society, to the point where we will harm others because we feel emotionally distressed by things they say or things they do that I'm not sure we should be. And to ask people to hold themselves to account for being sensitive, and to say that there was another attribution where people said I said they were weak. I'm pretty sure when I was talking about the sheriff, I'm pretty sure I said he was weak. Weakness can be defined as many things. I have weakness. Everybody has weakness. It's whether or not those qualities are overriding and dominant that determines a moment of weakness from being weak. Okay? In a situation where the world is blowing up, things are falling apart, and everything's going wrong, look for the person who's staying calm, not for the person who's freaking out. Someone needs to be that person. And it doesn't mean that they don't care. It doesn't mean that they don't understand your emotions. It sometimes means that they know in that moment, freaking out alongside of everybody else helps absolutely no one. And that's okay. It's okay to disagree. It's okay to be different. It's okay to have differences of opinion and points of view. But what is not okay is to other people because you disagree with them, to try to destroy their lives because you disagree with them, to try to destroy their communities because you disagree with them, to cuss at them because you disagree with them, to tell them that their opinion means less because you disagree with them and attack their gender, to attack the color of their skin because you disagree with them and tell them that their opinion means less, they mean less. That is wrong. And I don't care who you are. It doesn't matter to me. At the end of the day, I love everyone, but we need to think with our brains and not with our emotions to the point of the detriment of others. Period. It's that simple. As far as messaging people to leave my community or to degrade things, I expected more of some people than that. And agreed, it is definitely okay to freak out, but not to diminish another person in the process. Absolutely, Slim. And that's fine. The reaction of DMing people to leave my community, of attacking me in those DMs, is what the subject is, Jay. And I wasn't naming anyone, but since you want to come into my chat, we can have this discussion. At the end of the day, I have quite a few of them. At the end of the day, saying I called you weak, I never called you weak. Not once did I infer you were weak. None of my comments were actually aimed at you for the majority. They were mostly aimed at one person who was having an issue. Okay, and that's fine. But again, it's about how we react. Was your reaction and the way you took into things after having a momentary discussion, I'll be back tomorrow, and then I find out that you're sending other people messages encouraging them to leave my community? Is that appropriate? Is that how we should react to each other when we disagree? We should try to bring each other down when we disagree? Same here. But please, if you wish us to have a fruitful life, then stop trying to rip the fruit from the tree. That simple. Okay. You had a problem with me, and instead of discussing it with me, you discussed it with others. I'll show our last message. I don't care. I have nothing to hide. But I wasn't attacking you. I'm addressing the behavior of LJ. Had nothing to do with you. Now, when you reinforced her and you started talking about I should tolerate her being sexist, then she felt empowered to make more out of the way comments because she felt she had backing and approval. None of my comments were aimed towards you. But I will not tolerate people being sexist towards me. Because I have a penis doesn't mean I can't have an opinion is fucking sexist. And not only is it sexist, but it's wrong. Period. And no one should be expected to tolerate that. And I don't care about anyone's personal experiences. Elsecat, for example, has an actual child from rape. And you did not see her having the behaviors that Elle was showing. And to have those behaviors from one of my moderators in my chat, and then to have another moderator back that person, since I was not naming names, I want this to be a loving and caring thing. I am putting it to bed. And then that person felt empowered because of that backing, caused a problem. And then to have the comments that were made, not ever brought up to me to address, but brought up to other people in DMs. Not one comment was brought up to me about what you said to other people. And again, my comments weren't even aimed at you. Nothing had to do with you. I felt bad that you felt caught up. But then also the comments about things that happened you weren't even in the server for. I wanted everybody to get along too. But at the end of the day, to support someone making sexist statements and violating my rules to the point where they felt empowered enough to then make other comments, yes. Absolutely. Yes, I have a problem with that. But I was going to bring up my issues with you directly. I didn't run to other people. And in my chat, you were talking about Discord, things that were making you feel uncomfortable. You, Tarkin, and North are all moderators or administrators. You could have corrected the problem, but you chose not to. And then talk about it like I wasn't doing anything. I'm working on something big for Friday. I have been. There is a big thing coming that is going to change the face of this channel. Period. And that has been my focus, along with my personal life. I don't monetize this channel. Okay, have a good day. I appreciate you and everything you did for this community. Not needing to handle hard discussions is a form of not being able to handle hard discussions, guys. You're always welcome here. But we just can't have people be sexist or racist towards people. It cannot be tolerated. The other night, I wasn't upset that people disagreed with me. I was upset at how it was done. You do not attack my gender. The nature of my, and when I say genitalia, I mean nature of my genitalia, that I have a dick, and say because I have a penis, that my opinion means less, or is meaningless. And then be condescending. That's it. We have to be able to have difficult conversations if this community is going to work. And if you can't take it, then take a break. That is fine. There is nothing wrong with taking a break. There is nothing wrong with walking away. Sometimes people just aren't in the place where they can mentally deal with conflict, and that is okay. And I don't blame anyone for it. It is fine. It's all right. But we also should go about it maturely. If we have disagreements with someone, we should talk to them about it. And we should be civil in doing so. Civility. Exactly. Civility. Exactly. I'll miss her too. Sometimes we can let others with their own personal agendas rile us up. And I hate to say, I think that's what happened. I think it was a highly sensitive subject for some people, or what they thought the subject were. But the thing is that the thing that was being argued was not even the subject being discussed. Last night was not whether or not how I feel about abortion. Exactly, Arvand. Exactly. I appreciate you. Last night was not about how Friday night was not about how I felt about abortion. Okay? It wasn't about my personal views. Those don't matter. Okay? Right? It was about the fact that we were being told that somehow the overturning of Roe v. Wade meant abortion was being banned. And that's not true. And that we need to stop and think about what narrative is being pushed towards us, and think about what is the motivation of the people pushing that narrative, and whether it's truly factual. And that Roe v. Wade was a flawed decision, and it needed to be overturned, and that this gives more personal choice, not less. People can now have a state that represents their beliefs. But also we have another problem. That unfortunately the overturning of Roe v. Wade comes down to one simple thing. Back when Roe v. Wade was decided, you'll find in that decision the concept of rare, legal, okay, and necessary. Abortion has become a form of contraception. And to prove it, go onto TikTok and look at how many women posted about bragging about having an abortion or how many abortions they've had. It was like a punch card. And I find that abhorrent. And there was a purpose to Roe v. Wade when it was done, because it was a different political climate. And yes, most states at that time would have banned abortion. But that law, that piece of activist judgment, was no longer necessary in America today. And it was flawed because it was an activist judgment. That's all it was about. Exactly. And we can agree to disagree. And it's fine. People, we don't have to agree about everything, but it also doesn't mean that we can't have civility with one another. That was the whole point, because that's what I'm tired of. We can agree to disagree. We can have different viewpoints. But at the end of the day, I think it's because we all care about the world in which we live. We just approach it differently. There's a reason why I end every last one of my episodes with the idea every last one of you have intrinsic value no matter what, just by being alive. All of you. And I love each and every one of you, and I mean that. I end with that, not because it sounds good or is great or anything else, because I believe it. It's the reason that I don't believe in abortion. I believe every human life, no matter what they produce or what they have done, has intrinsic value. Period. That's where I stand as a human being. And where we've gotten to in this world, that if someone disagrees with us, that it makes us so unhinged that we have to go on the attack and say outrageous things about the other person and other them and everything, it has to stop at some point. Me and North on the LGBTQIA thing absolutely have entirely different perspectives. Do me and North still have good, honest conversations and get along? Absolutely. I love North. He's my homie. I miss him when he's gone. I wonder how he is. Right? Me and Slim, we absolutely disagree on quite a few subjects. We still get along. We have to understand the perspectives of those who we disagree with. And we have to take each other into account when we make decisions in our lives, being respectful of other people's beliefs. Not living by them, not having them forced upon us, but being respectful of others, understanding other people's points of views, being able to have those conversations and have compromise is something that we need, and you grow from it. Exactly, Arvon, you grow from that. You don't grow by living in your bubble, by living in your echo chamber, okay? I am clearly right of center. I'm not far right. I'm right of center. I hold some liberal views. I am a classic liberal. What they call a classical liberal, okay? And yeah, growth comes from feeling uncomfortable, from entering into discomfortable areas and growing. And for some reason, we're teaching people that it is bad to allow people who have an opposite view to you to exist. Not even to hold those views, but to exist. That's the whole foundation of this channel, guys. Exactly. Tobias and Pure, my two Austrian guys, you'll hear them on here. Quite a few episodes they've been on here. Tobias is far left, okay? He is very leftist. All right, me and him have had many discussions, and we vehemently disagree on a majority of things. There's a few things we agree on. But guess what? They're still my homies. I still love them. That's why I call them my Austrian brothers from another mother and father. Like, they're still my people. Right? And we sit there and we chill and we talk shit about music and have a good time and talk about some of the things we agree on. And then we have diverse conversations, and it informs my viewpoint. It informs my worldview. It makes me a stronger human being. It makes me better. by being able to take someone else's viewpoint I disagree with and logically process and think through it and have an open mind and be open-minded to other ideas, other opinions, and even things that are abhorrent to me. Some of the stuff that Tobias believes, I find rather, I don't want to say offensive because that's not the word, and I don't want to say abhorrent because that's not the word either, because his views aren't abhorrent. I just find them, distasteful is not the word either. I can't think of the appropriate word. But exactly, Northern. Stepping out of the box opens you to the universe. Yeah, they're just different. And so, like, it's okay. And you know what? He's had some valid views that I've had to take and interpret that have strongly challenged my personal worldviews. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing to have those conversations. It's a good thing to have our perspectives challenged, to have our beliefs challenged. It's okay. It's a good thing, guys. Exactly. If everyone in the world had the same opinion and everything else, everyone was the same, it would be a boring place, Arvand. You are absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. And that's the thing. It makes the world a better place. Now, at the end of the day, I love every last one of you. I wish this wouldn't have happened, especially with one of my most loyal viewers and one of my most long-time viewers. I really do. But I think that in these times, I think a lot of us want to be open enough, but it's very hard sometimes to not let our emotions override our rationality, and that's okay. Not everybody's me. I'm kind of weird. Right? Exactly. But we need to challenge ourselves to grow, and I think this is a chance for us to grow. I think that this is going to be all I'm going to address on it. I want everyone to know that I love every last one of you. Okay? And I appreciate your viewpoints, and I want to hear them, and I want you to feel free to express them, and I want you to feel comfortable in our Discord and having those discussions, and no one should attack you. Exactly, little Hugh. Exactly. And no one should attack you. But do not mistake. If you start to do the behaviors that shut down conversation, that other people, you make sexist or racist comments towards someone and devalue them, I will warn you. And if you continue that behavior, I will bring about a harsh... did I lose my broadcast? No, it says it's fine. I will bringeth down the hammer. I will be nice at first, but I will not tolerate that. We are better than that. We are bigger than that. And we should be able to realize that and to be better for each other. I love all of you. And I mean that every time I say it. All right, so we're going to stop with that now. We're going to move on. But I just want to make it clear where the line is. Exactly. We can be emotional but not directed at a person. Exactly. You can be emotional. You can be passionate. I am very guilty of getting passionate. You'll see when I feel very strongly about stuff, and I'll start speaking. That's just ridiculous. Look at where we're going with it. You'll see that. And passion's okay. It's when you start insulting or doing other things. Emotion is fine. Having your logical, allowing logical fallacies to be driven by emotion and not listening to the logic behind them, and then being accusatory, othering, and starting to make comments and othering people, that's not okay. And when we stop that conversation, we're like, hey, let's draw back, let's move back, and you just keep going, we can't do that, guys. We have to allow people to have opinions different than ours. We have to be able to take our emotions, and we can feel emotional about something. We can feel passionate about something, and we can use that, and but we should not hurt other people in the process of doing it. And we should not force our opinions on others. And with that being said, I'm going to take a quick 5-minute break. We're going to listen to some chill jams, and we're going to get into today's topics. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, so that way you guys get notified every time I go live. !Discord will get you those Discord information, right? Join our Discord community. Big changes on the way. I'm working on a big integration deal on Friday. More on that to come. Exactly, little Hugh, exactly. And yeah, we will get there, guys. So without further ado, something funny. Climate protesters have been blocking traffic in Sydney all week, disrupting people getting to work. Doesn't sitting in traffic cause more emissions? I think they do. Yeah. All right. So we're going to take a quick break, guys, and we'll be right back. Give me one moment, and yeah, I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette after that. I got a little bit passionate and emotional myself, because I won't lie, I'm kind of hurt inside. And we'll just leave it at that. All right, be right back.
I wake up again, but it feel like I'm dead. I don't understand how you could feel this way. I don't wanna move, so now I'm in my head, and I'm not sure if I'll see another day. Won't be long before I'm leaving it. I don't want you near. Don't you call, try to be sincere, but it was too severe. My eyes are tired eyes, they keep staring in the mirror while I'm not up. My eyes are tired eyes, they keep staring in the mirror while I'm not up.
Watch it always at midnight when my brain wanna start these fist fights. Spent 6 days on this tour bus, I ain't catching rest, so this tour's up. I don't know what I'm famous for, we hurt and lost and it's obvious. I don't know who I'm playing for, cause I don't see your face in this audience. But soon someday I'ma take off big, and it won't be you that I take off with. Saw your story at Braden's house, it's embarrassing what you post about. How my heart used to turn me on, walk around with my jersey on. I don't know what changed or if I changed first. All I know, you're not who you were.
They keep staring in the mirror while I'm not up. My eyes are tired eyes, they keep staring in the mirror while I'm not up.
Stay up for the movie, I don't wanna miss this scene. Only fall asleep by you, would've never missed a beat if I knew. But soon someday I'ma take off big, and it won't be you that I take off with. Saw your story at Braden's house, it's embarrassing what you post about. How my heart used to turn me on, walk around with my jersey on. I don't know what changed or if I changed first. All I know, you're not who you were. My eyes are tired eyes, they keep staring in the mirror while I'm not up. My eyes are tired eyes, they keep staring in the mirror while I'm not up.
She got her hands out, but that don't mean shit. I'm throwing bands down, all on the bitch. I got it sold out, sweet never miss. She saw
Show me all proud of the whip down it. So focused on material. All she wanna do is get me alone. The drinks don't start, what a miracle. I can't tell what's going right or wrong. You got about 1, 2, 3 seconds before I tell your ass to leave. And you got about 1, 2, 3 minutes before you don't mean shit to me. Go ahead and show me why should I keep you around. You got about 1, 2, 3 seconds before I tell your ass to leave. Don't make a whole scene, cause that make it worse. You know what I need. I'm gon' need it hurts, double no Siamese. This bed like a curse. They saw me pull up, know that shit had to hurt. So now I'm done with the chasing. Tell me, does it make sense? Drop a little 10 piece and get it back, that's so amazing. This little bitch so basic, she don't wanna face it. Act like they don't see the vision, bitch, you need some LASIK. So focused on material. All she wanna do is get me alone. The drinks don't start, what a miracle. I can't tell what's going right or wrong. You got about 1, 2, 3 seconds before I tell your ass to leave. And you got about 1, 2, 3 minutes before you don't mean shit to me. Go ahead and show me why should I keep you around. You got about 1, 2, 3 seconds before I tell your ass to leave.
They say pressure makes diamonds, but I'm so tired of trying. I'ma go ghost for a bit, okay. Rainbows on the horizon, but I can't find them. So close but so far away. They say hold back, just wait for the better days. But good days don't come too often. My heart's black, cover that shit in candy paint. Yeah, that's my only option. Mask off, I've been chasing a dream. I've been running since like 17. And the air is toxic, kerosene. Now I just stick to the smoke, that shit evergreen. Never been golden, now they said I'm chosen. Oh shit, I think it's real spotlight, got me frozen. Pop a couple pros, that could calm my nerves. Cause I need that serotonin more than
Right, we are back.
Any longer? Can I do this any?
All right, so where we at? Save the planet than make people aware. I agree. There must be better ways. You know, I should have taken that last 3 minutes to refill my water. Do you think they'll pull an Enzy and start blaring the mock flute Titanic music? I don't know. It's possible. It's possible. Anything is possible, guys. So, after addressing that, what else is left? Oh, yeah. So, some crazy stuff's been happening. Nothing really newsworthy, guys. I'll be honest. Feel kind of emotionally drained after that. No, yeah, exactly, lol. Like, I don't know, it's just kind of tiring, right? Like, I know it's my responsibility to manage my community, right? And so it's necessary. But man, it's a beast right now. We have one or two things that we should cover that are really important. So basically Amtrak had a derailment and 3 people have passed, unfortunately. It's tiring. It is. So I'm going to switch on over to the the conversational area, and we'll display this Chrome real quick. We're going to talk about something that I think that every person, no matter what your political sphere is, needs to be concerned with. And hit OK. All right. So it seems that a voicemail has been found where Joe Biden acknowledged that he knew he was talking to his son Hunter, and he knew that Hunter was dealing with the spy chief of China, basically, and making business deals and backroom deals. This is a problem. It seems that family members of our current president, not our previous president, our current president, are possibly compromised by foreign nations' intelligence apparatus. Okay? Before, when this accusation came forward in 2016, where there was supposed election meddling, etc., there was a huge investigation. In 2020, instead there was accusations in 2020, and we investigated the accused. In 2020, there were accusations, and we investigated the accuser. Okay? No matter how you feel about Orange Man bad. Okay? So, now we have firm proof that Hunter and Joe Biden shared a bank account. That there is evidence that there were kickbacks to the person who is now the president of the United States from foreign powers. That the son, the supposed smartest person he knows of the president, is directly tied in business relationships to the head of the intelligence agency of the Communist Chinese Party. It's broken voice. No, I mean, but we should look into this. It's not even about tit for tat. It's about, like, guys, we need to make sure that, foreign countries don't have dirt on our political figures' family and are using them. Like, I think it's reasonable. So it's insane. I think you're clear. Clear of what, Joe? Anyways, if you get a chance, give me a call. Love you. Yeah. But it's insanity. He said multiple times, I have never spoken to my son about his overseas business dealings. And now we know for a fact that that is not true. It's not true. These are the things we should be focused on. Instead, we're distracted by a ruling that has no direct impact currently today on a majority of the United States. Now, moving on from this, because I'm not going to cover politics for too long, because, man, I'm not in the mood for it. But we should definitely be more on our toes and demand accountability from all of our politicians, no matter what their fucking party is. Period. And that doesn't matter what country you're in. Our politicians should be accountable to the people, no matter what country. New Australian Prime Minister of Australia is making amends with the Chinese government. But the Chinese government is the one who fucked with you guys. So an Amtrak train, the entire Amtrak train derailed because it hit a dump truck that was stuck on the tracks. There are 3 people dead, 243 injured. And it looks like it's going to get worse. They are doing all this sus shit, and I think that we need to sort of throw our weight around, and also we need to reinforce our established alliances, right? And we should definitely be
reestablishing and reinforcing our established alliances. But that would require a strong president who's entirely there. And I'm not sure Joe Biden is. And that's not an insult to him. It's just, if you look at some of his public performances, it's hard to say that that's a man who's fully there with his mental faculties. And I think that foreign leaders can pick up on that, and the foreign diplomats and other governments, and can say, can we really trust the American people to have our back and the American government to have our back if shit hits the fan? And I think if I were a foreign power right now, that question would be iffy for me. And it's a difficult spot to be in. But yeah, this happened near Kansas City. Prayers go out to the people involved. And man, it just feels bad for the people who lost their life. And it's insanity. All right, moving on. So Nancy Pelosi basically shoved a one of the kids that was there for a GOP rep out of the way. But they did. It wasn't an accusation. It was actually true. Their 5G, there's a reason why we don't allow them to be installed in our 5G network, because they phone home. And there was a huge thing on it. This is from a leftist. This is the Washington Post. This isn't some right-wing dog, right? Huawei has long been dogged by criticism that it's opaque, it is opaque and closer to the Chinese government than it claims. A number of Western government concerns. So, but they found documents that link them to surveillance. A independent review by the Washington Post of more than 100 Huawei PowerPoint presentations, many marked confidential, suggests that the company has a broader role in tracking China's populace than it has acknowledged, and this extends to the United States. These marketing presentations, posted to the public-facing Huawei site before the company removed them late last year, show Huawei pitching its technologies can help government authorities identify individuals by voice, monitor political individuals of interest, manage ideological re-education and labor schedules for prisoners, and help retailers track shoppers using facial recognition. Huawei has no knowledge of the projects mentioned in the Washington Post report, the company said in a statement. I mean, it's true. Oh yeah, TikTok. Yo, you should see the malicious code. Like, you can literally execute strings of code. Remote. So this is called remote code execution. You wonder why I know exactly what to look for? It's because I was one of the researchers on this project, by the way. I'm very familiar with this. So I can literally execute any string I want, passed into the profiler, which means I can do anything on your phone that I want to do. I can also tell whatever you do on your phone. If you opened up TikTok, if you have TikTok open on your phone, guys, and you don't close it out, like you go, like if you're on an iPhone, for example, and you bring it up and it shows all the windows that you've opened, if you don't close that by dragging and flicking it upwards and you go do something else, it can monitor what you're doing. So this right here allows them to download anything to their phone you want. So it's not some right-wing conspiracy. It's real. I helped do the research on it. To the point where Apple went and had to plug the hole. And guess what happened? TikTok then updated to allow more remote execution, which then Apple replugged the hole. It's part of 15.2. We ain't making this shit up. It's real. It's real. So, you know, it is what it is. I just want people to know that it's not fake. So, oh man, more violence in New York. This shit's just sad. Law and Order actress drowned in New York River. What? What's this? Oh shit, what? Well, damn. Ain't that some shit? Teen swimmers find 2 cave divers dead in Florida lake. Oh shit. Ba ba dum bum dum 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 dum. Don't want to get copyright struck, so I can't play it, sadly. For a mansion with Millennium Falcon Theater on market for $15 million at Walt Disney. Oh, whoa. Teen swimmers find 2 cave divers dead in Florida lake. Damn. That's a hell of a way to get. Myrtle Beach, a person got attacked by a gator? What? Excuse me real quick. No, dude, my phone died, so it wasn't you. So. Sorry about that, guys. When I turn on my Do Not Disturb, there's only a few people who can get through it. So, all right. Man, I want to see about this mansion with a Millennium Falcon theater. Bro. You can have this sci-fi inspired home in a galaxy not so far away. Yoda said size matters not, but when the family of Star Wars fans built their Disney World dream home, they had Han Solo, not the pint-sized Jedi Master on their minds. The result, an 11,000 square foot Mediterranean mansion complete with a Millennium Falcon themed theater. Listed for $15 million. Holy shit. The homeowners are not only loyal to the light side, they proudly fly the flag of the owner of the Star Wars franchise. Cool. Yo, that is awesome. Of a bikey, like bikers? I wanted to, man. I wanted to, dude. Oh, dude, it has a cantina bar. Oh, it's a cantina bar. I don't know if they do, but I want the cantina bar. I want it so bad. This is insane. Yo, dude. We should all go in and buy this house. I'm just saying. Timeshares. Let's do it. Holy Jesus. Tourists thought they get lucky and got robbed instead. Go figure. I'm gonna squat and claim it. I don't know if that was how that works there, man. The $50 million Florida house Rush Limbaugh left behind for his wife. Interesting. OWS activist cries in courts when guards give her wrong outfit. Sicily cries over the handcuffs she was forced to wear and the outfit she'd been provided for Wednesday's court proceedings, the same outfit as her last appearance. Jail is one thing, but forcing her to wear the same outfit to 2 court dates was too much to bear for this fashion-forward Occupy Wall Street cop puncher. Cicely McMillian, convicted last month of elbowing a police officer in the eye during a 2012 protest, broke down in sobs at her Manhattan court hearing Wednesday for an unrelated obstruction charge. The reason Rikers Island prison officials brought her the same outfit she'd already worn to court. She wasn't happy with the clothing she was giving, said her defense lawyer Martin Stolen, and she wanted to be uncuffed. McMillan, 26, who started serving a 90-day sentence on Rikers Island. Okay, who gives a fuck? Why is this important? Like, who cares? This is dumb. This is why we're America, I think. It was the opposite of getting lucky. Several male tourists and Manhattanites were lured back to their hotels and apartments by a sexy seductress, only to have her steal tens of thousands of dollars in cash and jewelry. Quaying Boyd, 34, was arrested in Midtown on Tuesday when she was recognized at a nightclub. Boyd's first target was 36-year-old Manhattan man who met the con artist at Chelsea Airport, blah, blah, blah. The unsuspecting men fell asleep and woke up the next day to find their debit card and $2,500 Celine handbag he had in the home were gone. Boyd was captured on video using the man's missing credit card to buy more than $500 worth of items at a CVS drugstore on Park Avenue South. Yo, the suspect sidled up to 40-year-old man. She wanted to accompany him to his hotel room. Once there, she ordered him to shower, sources said. And when the man came out of the bathroom for more steamy action, the temptress said she was going downstairs to get her girlfriend, but she never returned. About 15 minutes later, the victim realized 4,500 euros and his Australian passport were missing from his jacket pocket. Yo. This is what you get for being a dumbass. Y'all. It's real simple. Don't leave people you know alone around your valuables. I don't know. Maybe it's just me coming from the streets, but I mean, that's pretty common sense stuff to me. Right? All right. Third wheel, careful. Biden top aide interrupts as Macron spills bad news about oil crisis. Dude, the cover-up is real. All right, guys. Tonight's been an interesting night. I'm emotionally drained. We're going to have a longer, better set tomorrow. Love all you guys. It's been a good hour. We're going to have some good clips from this one. Yeah, you're right. Common sense is not that common anymore. I love all y'all. I will talk at you later. We're going to have a great night. And remember, guys, no matter what anybody tells you, you have intrinsic value just by being alive. No matter what you do, no matter what you provide, no matter anything else, you have value just by being alive and being a human being. I love every last one of you. Have a great night. And you know what? Peace! Dun dun dun. Doom 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 doom. Da doom.
Flashback to when you tried to save me. I push back cause I'm not used to safety. I'm like that cause I'm broken and crazy. It's why you say you love and you hate me. Time flies when we're closing the nighttime. Two souls intertwined. Can't you feel my heart? It beats real fast when you're leaning on me. Your life is good to me, but it ain't easy for me. I just wanna run away, and I want you to come with me, but I don't think you're coming with me. I wanna live in the city. Yeah, I got big billboard dreams. If you ain't coming with me, then I guess I'll leave this town all alone. Yeah, I'm escaping the sickness while escaping these limits I put on myself. Yeah, I wanna be different, but I've always felt like I'm stuck and I need to get out. Need to get out. Need to get out. Wake up, need to get out. Need to get out. Need to get out. Wake up, need to get out. Flashback to when you tried
tried to save me, I pushed back cause I'm not used to safety. I'm like that cause I'm broken and crazy. It's why you say you love and you hate me. Time flies when we're closing the nighttime, two souls intertwined. Can't you feel my heart? It beats real fast when you're leaning on me. Your life is good to me, but it ain't easy for me.